Well, check it out again, courtesy of Tricklebanks and Bad Boy Fireworks going off with a bang. We enjoy our women's classes out there, plural as they are as well. A reminder, of course, of the double podium down there with our two girls. All we've talked to so far has been Hannah, 3 out of 3, and Cody, 3 out of 3 for the younger class. So well done to her. And here's our 85 group. What do we start with? 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We had 11 yesterday as well, so well done to these 11 kids, and proud of the club for still making sure that these 11 riders can still get in some great racing over the weekend without losing anything on what the fact that they didn't qualify. And of course, young people like Jesse Beard, he'd be absolutely gutted that he hadn't qualified in the first place, but he's joined this group out there. But I tell you what, it's a young man called Hunter Lee who's been the limelight of the group as well. So Hunter getting some reward and possibly going to end up with that sort of 41 number or thereabouts on his bike, or 41st place is what we're trying to reiterate out of the 53 entries. So qualifying, such a daunting task for a lot of riders when they're not used to it. It's all about getting the fastest lap. It's not a race. It's not a race to beat the guy next to you. It's not a race to be the first home at the end of the battle. It's to get one fast lap. And when it comes to qualifying, all I can do is encourage the fact that you as parents and you're supporting your kids, give them some serious coaching and talk about the fact that there's 53 entries. You can see the entries building. And the last thing before the build-up you want to teach your kids is how to do that one fast lap. And we saw it here with Hayden Draper, for example, on Friday. He did a time at 1:55, and nobody has gone as fast as that all weekend, all right? So that's what qualifying is. You get that one super fast lap and the ability to do the sprint race. As I call it, John Walker, one of our greatest middle distance runners, and Usain Bolt, the world's greatest short distance runner. You've normally in motocross, you're that John Walker type athlete when you've got to do that middle distance racing length, but you've also then got to be that one lap wonder, that Usain Bolt, to do that super fast one lap. So it's a unique art of qualifying. So more of what the coaching can do to help the kids in their pathway to glory. And you know, it's the old story, finishing in 40th place is better than 41st, because you're in this group and amongst these guys as compared to being out with the championship run. We've already seen a few of our hot shots drop by the wayside in that 11 to 12 years class. So that's left the gate open. I tell you what, even the last qualifier in 40th, chances are he might end up by being 35th anyway. So that would be pretty darn cool for my money. So looking good out there at the moment. Go the girls as well. Who are we going to get from the guys? Is it going to be Hunter again? We'll find out shortly. And there we go, up and over the top. These guys landed on and getting into the excitement of the moto here today. Wow, can't believe our temperature and weather conditions today. Nice one indeed. In fact, we'd said this as early as Thursday that today was going to be the pick of the bunch. And certainly getting that one right. And we even got the cloud just to come over. And Gunnar said before, the perfect day now would be a fraction of crowd cover, because they were getting a little bit of sun glare going along that back straight today. So that little bit minute bit of cloud cover, just keeping it really sedated for our riders. So they're enjoying these good conditions. A little fresher this morning, but we don't mind that when you get a day like this here in Manawatu. Right, just running through, of course, our calendar of events coming up next weekend. First round at Taupo, all the very best up there. I'm sure probably, 300, 350 riders should be. It's absolutely massive, as we know. Minis and juniors, seniors and vets. It's a great one. And for the first round, I'm sure it'll be a dazzler. And look forward to seeing the results out of Taupo next weekend. The following week is Manawatu themselves. Of course, they kick off their first round right here as well. And we go into the second week, going into Gold Coast, and go to Wanganui after that, and then back to Taupo. And then, of course, that 31st, 1st and 2nd May, June, when we're going to Tokoroa for the King's Cup weekend. Excitement building around that event. And I'd firmly encourage all of you to be making a real endeavour to try and get up there. That's going to prove to be one of our bigger mid-year 2-day events of the year, and spectacular to be back at Tokoroa. They've done some amazing work, and thanks to Brolly Farming, they've got the Cat 312 digger parked at the side of the track, and they've been really manicuring it and making it super spectacular. So that'll be a cool one, and Turbo Sound will be there as well. As we will be 2 weeks later at the National Field Days, and updating the New Zealand Excavator Operator Competition. A bit of fun that we have for a few events each year. All right, of course, that big reminder as well, Taupo and the 40th anniversary of Labour Weekend is going to be a huge motocross. The club is looking to secure some international stars, some international motocross stars have been requested to come to Taupo. So look out for more details on that one as we build up. Plus the fact that we like to have the dirt sprints and maybe even speed cross coming back. Unsure of all of those things, but you get an idea. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the biggest. A marquee is up, going to be a party, a reunion as well. 50 years of the Taupo Motorcycle Club and 40 years of them running Labour Weekend as well, right at the end of October. So a whole lot of fun to be had over the next 6 months. So wishing you all the very best as we then get into our new regime of the championship motocross, I'm sure, at that time. Oh, and also, of course, in September, we have got the Sand Beast, and that will be followed a week later by the Sand Champ. So Sand Beast and Sand Champ. Sand Beast at Ruakaka. What a cool track that is. And of course our friends and neighbours just down the road here, the Gold Coast Motocross Club, they've got the New Zealand Sand Champs at Motowini as well. So that's a good time in September. In fact, it's going to be a super busy month in September to look out for. Final of Manawatu here. In fact, 3 weeks in a row. Final of Manawatu, Sand Beast and Sand Champs lined up for 3 weekends in a row of Sand Fiesta. And as well at Taikaria, of course, our C4 Energy Series, as well with the Bush Riders Motor Club over June, July, August. June, July, August. Those dates are out. I think there's just been a late update. One of those dates has been modified as well. So Taikaria for some more sand racing. So no excuse, folks, not to come to the North Island, or if you're on the North Island, to congregate and come together for some great motocross. Watch for some of those events, for example, Taikaria, some of those Saturday dates as well. So it should be another great series. Was last year. No reason why it wouldn't be any less. So check it out. Some great moto to follow in these parts. Well, Ken, with our updates there to see now Hannah Pearce, Indy Allison and Bailey Newbold, of course, yesterday as well. Well, the event started off and we were keen to see how much Bailey had improved to be alongside Hannah, because she's been the champion of this class for a number of years and she's got closer, but in fact Indy Allison has now gone past her, did it late yesterday and doing it again today to be leading that lineup on the A. Allison Construction supported AFC Motorcycles bike. So Hannah Pearce first, Indy Allison in second, and Bailey Newbold for the third. Looking of course then to our younger class, the 8 to 11 years for these women, and we go to Cody McDermott in there again at 5th place on the 108 bike. Out there, the Kawasaki for CA Motorcycles and Birkenhead Engineering. And again, for our first 11 to 12-year rider, and again, it is Hunter Lee. So, well done to young Hunter. He's looks to have secured that number 31 on his bike. We go back to that class and looking out for Hunter. Hunter comes out of Auckland on the AWL Bricklayers Gas MC85. So good on you, Hunter. Well done to Hunter. And as again I made the comment before, I'm sure he probably preferred to be a qualifier and get into the top 40, but hey, he didn't make it. And so here he is, he's coming out to beat all the other guys in this support class. 11 to 12, 85 racing, all part of our program with Wiretech, along with the Tricklebanks Pummers and Bad Boy Fireworks. I can't reiterate enough, Bad Boy, when it comes to fireworks season, the 4 days preceding Guy Fawkes, that you're allowed to buy fireworks. Look out for that Bad Boy brand. It'll all be sold at one outlet, so it's not if you go to one place and say, I'll have that, and that. You go to an outlet and it's got all the Bad Boy stuff. It's all the quality. It's far better than you've ever witnessed before. Part of the sort of anti-brigade around fireworks, the underlying factor of it all was the quality of the fireworks from the bulk buying places that were selling it. Nowhere near as good as what it was from Bad Boy and others. So keen to see that people now getting more bang for your buck, or in that case more buck for your bang, as we go to fireworks. Bad Boy Fireworks, look out for it in fireworks season. 4 days a year going off with a bang. Bad Boy having a whole lot of fun. The other cool thing you do, of course, is you've got to save a bit of money and you stockpile some, because you want to have it for a Christmas or the New Year, or your holiday, or a birthday, or just some other function. So always good in a safe environment for the kids with the animals out of the way as well. Got to love it. A cool bit of family fun over the years with Bad Boy Fireworks. Looking out, looking out, looking out. The girls are going, the girls are going. Where's the Hannah Pearce show? Hannah looking good, and then getting into the action with Indy. Should be able to spot Indy out there. Indy's got the bright coloured bike and gear. She always looks a picture out on the track. She's got what I call a commentator's dream, because you can pick Indy up over and above many of the other girls that are competing. So pretty cool. Of course, we'll have a junior woman and a senior woman class in the AFC Motorcycles Manawa 2 Champ starting here in 2 weeks. So we look forward to seeing the girls like Indy coming out, and Bailey hopefully to go neck to neck again to combat and have some good motos. So well done, girls, going for it now. Look at the way they ride, unbelievable, man to man. And I can't just say it again and again and again. To think of where we've come with girls in motocross, virtually from nowhere 20 years ago. Junior motocross, who were the girls? You've got to put them on one hand, and to see what we've got here now, I think is just outstanding. And to see these numbers having grown, 26 alone at this event in the 125 and 250 class. And for this event, we've got 12 riders for the two classes, 12 to 16 and 8 to 11. So many of the girls that we've had in the sport are obviously going up. There's a bit of that cycle, and hopefully there'll be a few more girls coming out of minis and joining us here on the big track as well. So bring it on with more girls in our sport with Tech Services, Trickle Banks, heating, plumbing, gas fitting and drainage, and Bad Boy Fireworks. Point out as well, not next week but the week after, we another meeting of the Manawa 2 Club. People invited to be in the meetings. It's certainly an open invitation to say come along and have your input, have your say, and love your support for Manawa 2 Motocross. Here we go, white flag out at the moment, and the run on at the moment. Got to say a shout out to Claire, doing our flags down in the box down there. Got it absolutely perfect all day Friday and again all day yesterday, so thanks Claire. Another outstanding job as she's done for the club over the last few years. Just want to see whether there's any changes. Haven't picked it up. No, still Hunter Lee in first place. Jesse Beard is second, and third is Oliver Pugh. So they've been pretty much the same all the way through, and it's still again Hannah and Cody. No changes there. So there's your three respective winners for the three classes. Hunter Lee for the 11 to 12 support, and Cody McDermott for the 8 to 11 girls, and then going to Hannah Paris, the overall race leader and 12 to 15 years leader, out to hold the title that she won last year. And I'm sure she's going to go on to some great feats. She doesn't look like she's going to grow taller in any hurry, so I wouldn't be surprised if she's still on 85 next year. Where are we going next year? Well, I've heard a little bit of a hint that we may even get an announcement very shortly. So look out for that one on the MNZ media for the allocation of the 2025 New Zealand Junior Champs. So not too far away, not too far away. So going to be excited to find out about that news. And personally for me, it's all about how the year evolves and focuses around that event. As I've always been so passionate about junior motocross. As of course Dave, our man, Dave Craig, our clerk of the course today. Dave, of course, brought a little kid from Australia, Chad Reed, over to ride in New Zealand. We had Jad as a junior here on a number of occasions. As my Brad mentioned yesterday, he was happy to move up from the bottom bunk to the top bunk and give Chad Reed his bottom bunk when Chad came to play. I think Brad at the time was about 9 or 10 and Chad was 12 from memory. And when Chad showed up at Woodville as a 12-year-old, we all went, wow, this kid's going to be something special. And of course, he certainly did go on to be something special. So pretty cool memories of what Dave did with bringing those boys over. There we go, there it is, Hannah in the gear. So Hannah's got it. And we'll look out just for confirmation of Brody in there as well. Sorry, Cody, my apologies, Cody. And looking out for that young man, Hunter Lee, as well. Good ride from the AWL Bricklayers man out there. Hunter Lee, good on you, Hunter. I want to do a shout out as well today to... Now, in fact, I'll find the name in the program shortly. I'll come back on that one. All right, so Hannah Paris first. Indy Allison gets the second. Bailey, hopefully for the third. So Indy again proving her rankings up there ahead of Bailey. So those two ladies, it's going to be a cool thing. It sort of reminds me a little bit of what happened many years ago when you get two good riders in a similar region. They go to a lot of motocrosses and they push and push and push each other. And that really does come out to hold as to who will be, the better riders of the future. When you get a good rider, as we had many years ago, with Ben Townley, and we also had a kid called Luke Burkhardt, and when they got to race together, they just raised the standard all the time. Whenever there was an event